Hi, I'm Sahil and I'm from the Windows team. And today we're joined by Daniel and Kalvin, who are actually the founders of M&M Gaming. Now guys, yesterday unfortunately you missed out on the finals by losing CSGO, but you actually have an awesome opportunity today to win it with League of Legends. How are you and the team feeling?
I think coming into the games today, the team we're feeling more confident that we could have a higher chance of taking it because we've got a more experienced team.
Yep.
And they've got a better mechanical skill, but obviously it's too early to tell, and things can happen during the finals day, so you don't want to jinx it.
Yeah, I just think that yesterday was really unfortunate. I mean, the team really did play their heart out and they gave it their all, so I don't think that can ever be a negative thing. You give it your best shot and you can't win everything, but I think as long as you try, and they made it this far, so I'm really happy for them. And for today, I think that's, like Daniel said, we're a lot more experienced and we won the title last time and we're really gearing to win it again.
That's fantastic. Best of luck to you guys. And we're actually in a really, I want to say unusual, but I think it's a pretty awesome situation. Because these two, they actually have their background in economics. And here at Microsoft and at Windows, we love people who do great things and are people of action. And you guys exemplify that by not only were you playing esports at one point, but you've actually gone on to set up your own esports team. How does one go about doing that?
It was actually a story that probably goes back to my family heritage. I come from a very small fishing village in Hong Kong where there's a shop, a restaurant and a primary school and a temple if you want to go. And that's where my family are from, so for us we didn't have a lot of opportunity to do many things and we always had to work hard to make our own opportunities, and we are the first in our family to really reach higher education. So for us growing up, education was everything.
Yep. That's
where we saw our chance to make opportunity, and where we got into esports was we just loved games. We were growing up, anything competitive, I always had to win and I always had a passion for it. And myself, my brother included, we just always played games together. It was something we did to bond, which is quite hard actually to bond with your brother. It sounds strange, but yeah, family's always been a big thing for us. So when we got our first BCs when we were about 16, Daniel got his scholarship in 8 A-stars, and then
nice one.
Yeah, thanks. And it's that sort of thing that we don't take anything for granted. Yeah. We look to earn what we want to achieve. Like nothing in life in general comes free. So talking about the opportunities, like the reason we kind of started M&M Gaming was initially for fun. We wanted to, live the dream, get paid to play games, travel the world, have a big crowd and following. But obviously, as Kalvin said, our family was very adamant on education, so it's very hard to balance esports and education. I mean, we did kind of focus on education by deciding to take a step back and starting the organisation.
Yeah, so when we started it was just friends, people we knew online and played Counter-Strike with, and I had a few friends at university, where I studied at the University of Leeds, and I thought, why don't you play League of Legends for us? It went amazing, but it was just something we had fun with. We went to each other's houses, just played games, learned off each other and grew from there. And then I had to go to China on my year abroad, and because in China the internet is very restricted, so I wasn't actually able to do anything. I couldn't play games really, I couldn't interact with my friends, and it meant that we really had to take a step back. We weren't able to play. My brother was still in England at the time, and so we thought, let's start an organisation, let's do this properly. We have a bit of money, we won we won maybe 1,000, I guess.
Yeah, about 1,000.
But then a lot of it kind of got, had to pay for my rent and had to live. There was this one point in China where I just didn't have any money, and I had to beg for money because I didn't have anyone around me to help me, and I wanted esports to work, and we recently helped the team, and I decided, look, let's just make this work. I'll somehow make money in China, and it got that bad, I guess, but I still persevered.
So you're talking to me about you guys clearly have come from humble beginnings. That's probably an understatement, but from what I'm hearing here is that your passion has continued to get you through those low points. So what I want to know is, when you're looking to recruit these sort of new members into your team, because you both came from different universities, right?
Yeah.
So when you're looking to recruit new members into your team, do you look for that same drive, that same passion, whether it be in your management or even into your just the guys that compete on stage? What do you look for in these guys?
Definitely to kind of do what we do, or to be in esports in general. Like you don't do it for any other reason other than you love it.
Yeah.
You're very passionate about it. It's very easy to say, oh, I love it, I want to be involved. But it's a totally different thing to actually show it, and it's very hard to find people that are genuinely passionate about it and have the ability to kind of go into esports, because it's not an easy route to take. Because even now, you when you say to someone on the street, oh, I'm involved in esports, you'll instantly kind of get judged. Oh, you must be dropping out of school and failing, kind of like failing in life. Essentially, it's not a pretty picture, but you just do what you love.
Yeah, I think that our players, especially right now, you look at them, you think, some of them are 16, some of them are 22, 23, and they're taking the sensible option of the 16-year-old player Larson. He wants to finish school, and he's incredibly talented, and I think officially ranked top 100 in Europe and League Legends on the ladder. And for a 16-year-old, that's incredible. But he has to take that sensible step because it's such a dangerous market. But when you see other players who really have the ability and really fully go on for it, and they believe in themselves, and that makes me think I need to support this guy. He really had our support. He obviously cares so much about the game. He's been playing it every day for years. He practices, he puts in preparation, and this is his life. He thinks that he thinks he can make it, and I believe he can make it as well. And that's why we have M&M. We want to support these players, and whether they make it to do greater things, as long as I think I made a difference, as long as I gave them a chance to do something, then I'm always happy.
So you guys are actually really active across social media and different platforms, and you find different ways to engage with your fans. So what does it take to build a good brand in esports? Talk me through that.
Well, I guess first off, you need a good name. We picked the name Molotovs and Marshmallows because who doesn't love a flaming marshmallow as a logo?
Yeah.
I think it's, but in terms of the social media aspect, I think it's very important to connect with the people. It's the people that are the ones that will drive the support or bring in more support for you as an organisation, or even if you're an individual esports personality, the people are very important. So a lot of our strategy is pointed towards how can we connect with the people, how can we bring more of the general public into esports so that they become aware that it's not just the stereotypical skinny, pale teenager sitting in the bedroom in the dark drinking energy drinks and playing games. It's not like that at all. So we want to kind of basically bring more awareness in the general public to the betterment, not just to ourselves, but to the benefit of the entire esports scene, whether it's in the UK or globally.
Yeah, I think that it's really important to bridge the gap between that young teenager who wants to become a player, or even just anyone who watches esports, and plays esport games or competitive games, and to show that these people who are good at games are just like you and I. When we post on social media, we don't just post us winning, we post us laughing, smiling, and behind the scenes that when we lose we show emotion. We're not just some robot name on online that you watch. You know, we have emotion, we have, you know, we are just like everyone else, but we have a passion for games and we share that with our fans. So we have to make sure we strengthen that with fans. They need to know what we look like. Imagine we put a face to our name and we make sure that they have something to follow.
Absolutely. I mean, you're talking about, you know, regular people with a passion for games. If they wanted to get into gaming from not being a pro sports gamer just a casual gamer, what are the recommended steps they take?
I guess as with anything, if you want to become the best, you have to pretty much practice every day. And it's not going to be, I'm going to practice every day and be instantly amazing. There are going to be stumbling blocks along every path. And it's not just with kind of playing. It's a lot of kind of the things with esports can apply to a real life situation. Like in life, you will face stumbling blocks. It's just up to you how you get back up.
Yeah, I think that it's really important not just to practice, but to get the right practice with anything.
Yeah.
You know, you could be playing golf and you might be practicing the wrong swing. That's still practice, but is that good practice? So people really should differentiate and really step back and make sure what they're doing is right and that it's benefiting them. When you're a player, it's really important to build a personality, and it really helps to have a fan base.
Yep. Whether
you win or lose, your fans are always going to follow you, and that is so valuable to companies and to bringing yourself forward and making sure you're financially stable, because that at the end of the day is really important. You might be one of the best players in the game, but if you're not financially stable, then how can you continue playing? And players need to trust in the right people, the right organisations such as themselves, I hope, and really make sure that they build their own brand. They're active on Twitter and social media, stream, talk to your viewers. It's not just about winning, it's making sure people see you win, it's making sure people see you lose. And I think that's the difference between a good player and a great player, is that they're aware of their capabilities, the right training, and also they are aware that people want to know them. And I think it's really good to start with good equipment. Imagine giving a goal for a wooden driver and saying compete with everyone else's brand new, I don't know, like a new Slazenger or something. I don't think they make clubs.
But it's very important. It's like keyboard's important. Most important thing is the mouse mat and mouse. Like we've even put our dad onto like a gaming setup. Nice. And mechanical keyboard, and he loves it. He's more productive with it. He can do more with it. I've had people like the average business guy walk into a computer shop and go scoff and go, oh, why is it so expensive? £40 for a mouse. And I'm just like, have you actually tried it? Have you seen how smooth it is going across, how accurate you can, like, jokingly drag and drop files like without effort.
Yeah.
It's, if you feel confident that the equipment is good and smooth, you feel a lot better about how you're gonna play and perform. It's very important that you have a versatile set of tools in front of you that enable you to do what you want.
So what's a good platform to start off on then? What would you recommend?
Well, I'd say Windows.
Windows.
But no, really, it's, you can stream, you know, all the third-party programs are built on Windows.
Okay.
Steam started on Windows, TeamSpeak, Mumble, all these communication programs OBS is what you use to, is an open platform to stream, and what can you do if you don't have these programs? You need to build your brand, you need to play the games, and sometimes games aren't available on other platforms, or they're not optimized. DirectX 12 is really good.
Thank you.
And I think that having a smooth computer is essential. I know a lot of people who are so picky. If they see the smallest drop in frame rate or the slight difference in their computer, they can't handle it, and they might not perform as well. So I think start with a computer on Windows, or perhaps buy from a supplier, or build your own PC, and find the right gear that's comfortable for you. But you should definitely not count out.
So Daniel, Kalvin, thank you for taking the time to speak with me today. I'm going to leave you with 2 final questions. So what does the future of esports gaming look like? And for you, Kalvin, what does the future of M&M gaming look like?
Okay, so I think for the future of esports, we're at a crucial point in time, a tipping point, where the future of what it can be is going to be determined by everyone's actions today.
Okay.
We need to kind of be careful not to overestimate or underestimate its current value, which can be is a very fine line. We need to kind of have more cooperation between us. It's good to have rivalry, but underneath of it, on the kind of the business side, there needs to be more cooperation between organisations and the event runners, and more dialogue between sponsors as well. Is to kind of work together to build esports into what it can be. So what it will be, I wouldn't be able to give a very definitive answer. Everyone is trying to say, oh, it can be this, it can be this. No one can give a kind of direct answer right now.
I think with M&M, we set a goal to give players an opportunity. And although we, as some people say, we were the record setters, and we have grown a lot since our beginnings of £10 note and a name, but I think we aren't there yet. I want to be able to support these players and bring them to the highest level. I don't want to just take them to the next level anymore. I want to be a brand that's big enough and strong enough and lovable to everyone, and we want to represent that, whether it's esports or golf or anything. If you have passion in it, there's always going to be someone to support you, and I want to be that company or that brand, that club who supports people and really takes them to a professional level where they can make a living, and I can be there to make sure that everything goes well for them, because there are a lot of people who in any aspect of life won't do that, and I'm not going to stop until I get that.
Powerful stuff. Good luck to both of you.
Thank you.